Let's be real. When I say Thanksgiving, your mind probably jumps to pilgrims in black hats, buckled shoes, turkey dinners, and a big feast in New England, 1621. That's the official story, right? Here's the twist. What if the real first Thanksgiving didn't happen in Massachusetts at all? What if it happened way down in Florida, 56 years earlier? Which story is true? Florida or Plymouth? And why do we only celebrate one? Welcome to Week of History, where we uncover. It's 1565. The Spanish land in what becomes St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest continuously inhabited European city in the U.S. Pedro Menendez de Aviles is just relieved to be alive. Storms nearly wrecked them. The crossing was brutal, but they made it. Their first act? A Thanksgiving Mass. Then a shared meal with the Timucuan people. Forget turkey and stuffing. Think salted pork, garbanzo beans, red wine, and ship's bread. The Timucuans bring fish and venison. Right there, Europeans and Native Americans come together for a meal of gratitude. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Thanksgiving, Florida style, 1565.
Still with us? You're officially part of the night shift. Comment your shift type, nurse, driver, guard, or insomniac, and you might hear your name in the next video.
Here's another twist. A year earlier, French Protestants, the Huguenots, settled at Fort Caroline. They also held a service of Thanksgiving after surviving their voyage. French in 1564, Spanish in 1565, both before Plymouth was even an idea. But English writers later shaped America's history, and they weren't about to glorify Catholic Spain or rival France. Those stories were brushed aside. Now we jump ahead to the Pilgrims. These were separatists fleeing England for religious freedom. They sailed on the Mayflower, land in Plymouth in 1620, and it's brutal. By the end of that first winter, almost half are dead. Then comes Squanto. He teaches them how to plant corn, where to fish, how to survive. By fall 1621, after their first harvest, they celebrate 3 days of feasting. Wampanoag leader Massasoit arrives with 90 men. They bring venison. The Pilgrims bring corn, beans, squash. Together, they feast. That's the story we all grew up with, the first Thanksgiving. But here's the catch. They never called it Thanksgiving. To them, a Thanksgiving was a religious service, not a feast. The label came much later. Virginia throws another wrinkle into the story. In 1619, settlers at Berkeley Hundred near Jamestown gave thanks for their safe arrival. Their charter even required this day be kept holy every year. Technically, Virginia beats Plymouth also, but it didn't fit the cleaner national story, so it faded. Why does Plymouth get all the credit? By the 1800s, America needed a unifying origin story. The Pilgrims became the perfect symbol: religious freedom, survival, cooperation with Native Americans. A clean myth that stuck. Florida, too Catholic. Virginia, too tied to tobacco and slavery. Plymouth was tidy, inspiring, easy to teach. Fast forward to 1863. The Civil War is tearing the nation apart. Abraham Lincoln declares Thanksgiving a national holiday, but here's the surprise. He never mentioned the Pilgrims or Plymouth. His focus was unity, gratitude in division, a reason to pause and give thanks when things were darkest. The Pilgrim story only attached later thanks to teachers, writers, and illustrators who wanted that cozy, family-friendly picture. By the late 19th century, the myth had taken over. Pilgrims in buckled hats, Native Americans in headdresses, long tables piled with turkey and pies. Norman Rockwell sealed the image in the 20th century, but the reality, Plymouth's feasts didn't center on turkey. They ate deer, fish, and corn. Pumpkin pie, no sugar, cranberry sauce, not yet. Most of what we call Thanksgiving dinner came centuries later. So who deserves the title of the first Thanksgiving? By date, Florida and Virginia beat Plymouth. By influence, Plymouth wins. Maybe the answer isn't about who was first. Maybe it's that Thanksgiving kept showing up. Spanish Catholics, French Protestants, English Puritans, and Lincoln centuries later. Gratitude wasn't a single event. It was a theme woven into America's beginnings. Fast forward to today. For most of us, Thanksgiving means turkey, stuffing, parades, and football. At its heart, it's still about the same thing: gratitude in hardship. Spaniards in Florida, Pilgrims in New England, Lincoln in a Civil War. Every version of Thanksgiving was a pause to give thanks when survival wasn't guaranteed. So, what do you think? Should Florida get the credit, Virginia, Plymouth, or does it even matter? Maybe the bigger story is this. Across centuries, people always found reasons to give thanks. Settlers, native peoples, even a president trying to hold a fractured nation together. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more hidden history where this came from. From forgotten myths to strange events that shaped the world, in every video, we bring you stories you won't find in your school textbooks. And while you're here, drop a comment and let us know your thoughts. Was Florida really the first Thanksgiving, or does Plymouth still deserve the crown? Before you head off to your own holiday plans, remember, every version of Thanksgiving, Florida, Plymouth, Lincoln's America, was born in struggle. Gratitude never came easy. Wherever you are, whatever's on your table this year, pause, take a breath, and give thanks. That's the real Thanksgiving story. This has been Nightshift Chronicles. Subscribe for more amazing historical stories. Until next time, Nightshift Watchers. Keep your questions alive, your screens dim, and your curiosity high.